So, here we go, round number 3. The first 2 times I recorded it, for some reason we've got no audio. Good job, GoPro. Now, you're wondering why I'm not on the road. It is because we're trying to eliminate the audio problem. My nasty garage, you'll have to look over it. But, what I want to talk about is the lean angle of your bike. Now, if you go and you look at the knee pads on your tracksuit and you've got all those scratches where you've been dragging your knees, then good job. Now take a walk and look down at your bike, and what we want to look at is this back tire. This back tire right here, you see those chicken strips? If you've got chicken strips and scratched up knee pads, then you're doing it wrong. Whoa, what do I mean by that? Well, what you're doing is you're hanging your knee off of your seat instead of planting it into your gas tank. And what that's doing is it's allowing you to lean further over your bike and try and get that knee down a little bit further. Now, the problem is, in my opinion, with the innovation of tires that they are now, you do not even need to get your knee down. Now, when the knees dragging and everything like that become popular in MotoGP, what you've seen was, or the reason why it was done, is to measure the lean angle of the motorcycle. Now, the reason they measured the lean angle is because of the tires. That's where the traction of the tires would actually go out or start to slide. And the reason for this is the sidewall of the tires were flat. So your traction actually stopped where your tires was. So that would be right about here where the rim is. So now if your traction stops there and you got this much on these newer tires, then of course you could see where they would be trying to reduce their lean angle. However, with tires the way they are now, if you look, the sidewall actually dips into the rim. What this does is prevents the tire at higher lean angles or lower lean angles from collapsing that firewall and losing their traction. This results in the bike being able to lean over further than what it used to without losing traction. Now, used to, you could see the big guys or the pro guys, they could slide and everything drift around a turn with almost no problem because they actually knew where that was going to happen at. And when you know where something's going to happen at, you can actually adjust for it, compensate for it, and you can do it pretty easily, or they could. But in my opinion, with the tires the way they are today, with the ability to go with that lower lean angle, there's no reason to drag your knee at all. For me, the way I do it is I plant both of my knees firmly onto the gas tank. That way I'm as solid with the bike as I possibly can be. And when I go into a turn, I will actually lean my upper body in towards that turn and look through it. That's the only part of my body I actually move. Now, I will drop it down lower to the gas tank, keep your arms loose, the basics. But the only part of my body, like I said, that moves is my upper body in towards the turns. And I'm not a pro at it, not very good at it, to be honest. But with the roads I ride up in these mountains, it's worked well for me so far. So instead of practicing getting your knee down, what you need to be practicing is just your lines through the turns, your lean angle. A lot of times you see it on Instagram or YouTube. They'll be going through the mountains and they're dragging their knee, and if you look at the angle of the bike, it actually looks like it's sitting on its kickstand. It's no further than that. So go back and look at your racing suit. if you've got scratches on your knees, you go look at your motorcycle, and if you've got these chicken strips on your back tire, then start working on your lean angle. Forget about dragging the knee and everything else, because chances are that's actually going to get you hurt or killed. The guy in California here a week or so ago that come across my Facebook, chances are that's what he was trying to do, is drag his knee through a turn. He was going through too fast. When he got his knee down, he had nowhere else to go. He didn't know that you could pull your knee in and actually lean the bike further. So what did he do? He went off a 250-foot cliff and is sitting in the hospital. It all boils down to mechanics and technicality of your riding. Practice what's right. Don't practice bad habits. In my opinion, dragging your knee is an antiquated technique that has turned into a bad habit for most riders these days. So if you like this short video, go ahead and subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and share it with your friends, because chances are they're riding as wrong as you are. You could save a life by doing so.